Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl T, also known as Mom. And before we get started, let me start off by apologizing to you guys. It's been approximately 4 weeks and 3 days since I uploaded a video. But let's just say, baby, 2025. 2025. 2025 so far has been very, very, very interesting. I've had some good, I had some bad, but nevertheless, I am counting my blessings, right? So, again, let me apologize to you guys. I know some of you guys are like, girl, how you just got on YouTube and you already going weeks without even posting. So, again, please forgive me. Forgive me. I literally had to take some time off because for one, I'm really big about my mental. I think mental health is very important, and I was just going through some things. Not really going to talk about it because I do have somebody representing me, right? So that says enough right there. But nevertheless, it's just one of those things where I felt like I needed to just like pause for a minute, like just reset, decompress, and just get back focused because if you know me, you know, like I am overall a happy person. I have a big personality. I have great energy. I don't think there's no one else who can say anything different from that. But at the end of the day, I'm still human. I go through things just like everybody else, but I just choose to handle mine a little differently. I don't believe in spazzing out at everybody. So, like, I will go on mute from the world. Literally, I will go on mute from the world, which means don't call me, don't text me. But before I even do that, I normally like let my family members or my small circle know, like, look, your girl just needs some time. Your girl needs some time. So if you're texting or calling, I'm not responding. It's nothing that you did, especially if you know that it's nothing that you have done. It's just the fact that I just believe in doing like a reset for my mental so that I can stay sane because I do have kids and don't want to be that type of mom that I'm having a bad day and then I come home and I take it out on my kids. That's not me. Like, that's just not me. It's already tough being a single mom as it is. But so to have to come home, well, for my kids to have to come home and then see like an angry mom, no, I know what I need to do. So with those weeks that I have been absent, I just took more time off to just like pray. I've been fasting and really just focusing on myself. Um, Even with that, I am down officially like 35 pounds. You guys know I started this back in like what really November, but then Thanksgiving came. And for the holidays, I just didn't care about it. But either way, I'm back. So I've also spent a lot more time working out. So not only have I lost weight, but I feel like I'm looking better. I'm feeling better. I have more energy. I'm sleeping better. Even with having a sleeping disorder, it's like I'm just sleeping more. I'm just sleeping better. Or should I say, resting a little bit better. Still not where I need to be, but for the most part, like, it's better. And I must say, since I've dropped all that extra weight, because baby, I was getting juicy. The weight had looked kind of good, but baby, I was getting juicy. It was not working with my health. And I can honestly say that I have not used my inhaler since. So I know the weight, my doctor was completely right. It was that extra weight that was causing some of my health issues. But now I'm back good. I go back to the doctor in 2 weeks. Um, so I'm anxious to see what the new blood works and everything is going to show. I'm sure the doctor is probably still going to tell me, like, we still need you to be right around 174, 180 for your age and your height. So I was right around 234, believe it or not, and now I'm like right at 195ish. So technically, I have about 5 pounds to lose before I go back to the doctor because he did state it. he was giving me 3 months, but he did say he needed me to at least be about 190. Like he could work around that. And baby, I'm 5 pounds away. So yes, I'm happy for that. But nevertheless, like I stated, 2025 has definitely been interesting. Um, but hey, with me doing a reset, with me praying, and me speaking more to like-minded individuals, like I have some people to encourage me, um, and especially my small circle. I had some people to really just motivated me. Even spoke to a few people who do use YouTube or different platforms, and they like, Tina, you should do it. Like, don't just stop. Like, you should do it. Like, even with the time frame that I've been on, they're like, you already almost at like 2,000 subscribers, and that's pretty good because one of the person was like, it took me almost 3 years to get that until she found her niche. And she was just telling me, she was like, you have a lot to talk about. You have a lot to offer, especially to single moms, mothers out there who pretty much is living a decent life, who's trying to get to that point where it's not so much of struggling, but they're managing life, taking care of their kids, and still being able to enjoy life a little bit. I was just told, like, just keep going. The only way if it's going to work is you have to put in the work, you have to try. And one of the person was just like, pretty much, give yourself a year and look back and see where you were when you first started. And even if you just have one more subscriber, then guess what? That's just one more person that understands you and who's probably going through the same thing that you're going through. So it's like, hey, again, it's all about being proactive and you know trying to represent yourself in a way that motivates other people. Let other people see what you're doing, because again, you have some people who did not have a mother figure, who didn't have a father figure, who just didn't have anybody. You have some people who technically raised their self. So when they're at a certain place in life where they're looking good, they're doing good for themselves, it's like, why aren't you happy for that person? And for me, I was blessed with both parents. I did come from a two parents household. My parents this year is about to celebrate 50 years. But even with that, we did go through some struggles. And I'm blessed to say everything that I have because of me. I have because of God. I have because I put in the work. I have it because I fasted. I prayed. I stayed encouraged. I removed myself from certain people because I knew that some of the things that I wanted to do and some of the places that I wanted to go, everybody couldn't go with me. And then I remember in March 2020, I went to this revival, and I also had this pastor who prophesied to me, and he literally told me, he was like, pretty much, I was going through some things, and he was telling me what I was going through, and I thought I was going through it with this certain person, but literally months later, everything that he told me literally came to pass, and it was by somebody that I sincerely love, like somebody who I would have done anything for. But I was stabbed in the back. But he told me then, he was like, listen, God is taking you to another level, and everybody can't grow with you. And that hit deep for me, because it's like, I thought about it, and I'm like, you're right. Everybody can't grow with me. It doesn't matter how long you've been friends with someone or how long you've been close to, even with family. Sometimes you have to learn to love people from a distance. You know, when me and my kids moved here to Texas, this was a personal move. You know, it was something that I needed, something that my son needed. My daughter didn't understand. You know, she was 4 at the time, but it was still something that we both needed. And when we came to visit the second time, my son was just like, Mom, can we move here? And literally, that's just how it happened. Like, we was on vacation. He was like, Mom, can we move here? He said that on a Wednesday. That Thursday morning, I reached out to a realtor. We looked about, I think, 14 houses. In the last house, my son, he ran to his room and he was like, Mama, this is it. And literally before I left Houston, I was approved. One moment, yeah. Sky. Sorry about that. But yeah, and yeah, I got approved for my lot. This is a new build. And what's so crazy was I had just purchased a house 2 years prior. I purchased the house around, I would say, I think they said like those interest rate made history. Like I purchased a house where my interest rate was only like 3.3%. You know, so no, I was not expecting to move less than 2 years after purchasing my first home, let alone moving to a new state. I didn't just move, but I moved to a whole new state. I'm about 20 hours away from my family. We moved someplace where we didn't know anyone. There's no friends, there's no family here. We know people out there in Dallas. We have family in Dallas, but as far as being in Houston, we didn't have anyone but ourselves. And then that was also major for me because it's now like, well, on weekends when I need a break, I don't get to just go drop my kids off to my mom's house. I don't get to just call my sisters and say, hey, let me meet you. Or let alone, I don't get that phone call from my sister, have story ready. I'll be there in a few minutes. I don't have that. So it's literally me and my kids. But the transition was so, I don't know, I can't even explain it because it seemed like it was the easiest transition. I felt as though I transitioned easier in this home than I transitioned in the first home that I bought, that I was only like an hour away from my family. Well, 15 minutes from one, but my mom, you know what I'm saying? It's like this transition was easy. And not to mention, I knew this was God work because my home address is actually me and my kid's birthday. I knew this was God plan because the year that I moved in my house, my first house, 2021, God started giving me dreams. I started having dreams. And it was always a Texas, and I never understood why Texas because one, I've never been to Texas. I don't know anybody. So finally, for my son's birthday, and I may have said this in one of the other videos, but for one of my son's birthday, we were supposed to go out of the country. We didn't go again because my best friend could not go, and he did not want me to go with my kids out of the country by myself. So at the last minute, it's like, okay, Zai, what you want to do? And it was like, let's go to Texas. And at first he says Dallas. And then I was like, I don't know if we want to go Dallas. Let's go to Houston. Because I had recently saw on TikTok this restaurant. I was like, we need to go try their pancakes. Because, baby, I love me some bread. And we came to Houston and enjoyed ourselves. Right? Matter of fact, my best friend also came. He's a flight attendant, so he had a couple of days that he could come, that he could travel with us in the state, just not out of the country. And then the following year, it was like, okay, now let's go out of the country. My son is just like, no, I want to go back to Texas. Okay, we just been there. Let's go someplace else. Because for me, I want my kids being from the South, being from South Carolina. I wanted my kids to know more than North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, the surrounding areas where most people is going to travel. I wanted my kids to, by the time they're 18, could at least say I've been to over 20 different states. I've been to at least 10 different countries. That was my plan for my kids. So when he picked Texas again, it was like, come on, y'all got your passport. Let's travel. And who would have known? We came here, and never in a million years I would have thought my life would have changed based off of that second visit. Because when I was having the dreams, I was also making vision board. And if you go back and look at one of my vision board video, you will see that my vision board for 2023, I have a Texas photo cut out, and the photo says Houston. It doesn't even says Dallas. It doesn't says San Antonio. It doesn't say Austin. It literally said Houston. And I put that on there because it was still like, God, I need some sort of confirmation. Why do I keep seeing Texas in my dream? And what's so crazy is every time I had the dream about Texas, it was always the same exact dream. And then in the midst of that dream, it was another home, a bigger home. And if you know me, I've always wanted like a 5,000 square foot home. This house is not 5,000. It's roughly between like 3,500. But even on that picture, it's a white house, and this house happened to be white. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know that 5,000 square foot home is coming because even right now, as I talk to you guys, God already been showing me more houses. So I know, like, even though I said, okay, with this move, because this was a big move financially and mentally, it was a big move. But then it's like I'm constantly hearing God saying, like, that's still not enough. So me being who I am, I'm going to be obedient to the word. And I'm just going to say, you know what? I don't think this is it. But however, when I did purchase this home, I purchased this home with the understanding that if I don't buy another house, I'm okay because I sincerely love this house. I will literally turn this house into a home. One moment, guys. That's Sky. One second. What you doing? Go sit down. Yeah, so sorry about that. I literally, what's wrong with you? Go sit down. So I've literally turned this house into a home. When I first moved in, I planted a Bible in my backyard right by my back door, and I planted one in my front yard right by my front door. So I know this house is covered. This house is covered. I'm protected. My kids are protected, you know? Um, and I did say even throughout the whole process of this home, yes, it was some issues. Yeah, we did run into a few issues with the loan officers that I was originally using, to the point that 8 days before it was, matter of fact, not 8, 2 days before it was time to close, the loan officer was like, we can't close because of a mistake that they made. And I'm boohooing, crying. I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Because that happened on the 26th. My house closed in South Carolina on the 27th. So technically, I'm homeless. Even though I can go to my mom and my sisters, but I've always been a survivor. I've always been one to figure things out. Me staying on somebody's couch or sleeping in somebody's guest room, that has never been a thing for me. You know, I will work sun up to sun down to make sure that I provide a roof for my kids. Regardless of what they father do or don't do, as a mother, that's my responsibility. And I've always made sure that I've done what I was supposed to do. Because on that day, when God started to question why this or why that, it won't be so much of that kind of question for me. Now, as far as they fathers, that's between them and God, because I did my part as a mom. And I'm going to continue to do my part. Even when I'm 120 years old, I'm going to continue to do my part, you know? So I knew, like, yes, I received that bad news, but at the same time, I didn't have time to just sit there and keep worrying. I didn't have time to sit there and, feel sorry or blame anybody, because at the end of the day, he already gave me that confirmation that Texas was home for me and my kids. This house was home for me and my kids. So what I did was, once I received that information, all I did was just get on the phone And by the grace of God, whenever I was traveling back and forth throughout this whole process of the house being built and everything else, I remember just passing by this bank, HCU. And I knew once I moved, I needed to find me a local bank here. And I remember taking a picture of that bank, and I said, when I move, I will contact them. Well, in the midst of that phone call where it was like, Miss Nada, we're not going to be able to close that loan. However, if you give us a few months, we can. No, a few months. I don't have a few months. The house is ready now. I don't have a few months. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I picked up the phone. It was exactly 4:48. I called ACU Bank, and they closed at 5 o'clock, right? So it was already 5:58 my time, Eastern time. I called the bank, and by the grace of God, Kevin picked up. When Kevin picked up, all I did was say, when he introduced himself, all I said was, "Hey, Kevin, my name is, and I just need to ask you a question. Do you guys offer mortgage loan?" And he said, "Yes, I do." I said, "Kevin, I know you guys are about to close, but just give me 30 seconds. I gave him a story that would have probably took about a good 15 minutes to really understand it. I gave it to him in 30 seconds. And all Kevin said was, "Wow." But he said, "Miss Snyder, I think it's your lucky day because I'm the general manager and I oversee the mortgage loan." He said, I'm going to escalate your case to one of my best, and she's going to give you a call." When I looked down, it was 5 o'clock. And I said, "Thank you." And he said, "Miss Nada, just stay by your phone." And when he said that, the tears just began to roll, because it was like, you guys close at 5 o'clock. You don't even know me. So why do you want to help me? Why are you willing to stay over and help me today? Because most people would have said, "Okay, call back tomorrow morning." He didn't do that. And literally, as soon as I hung up the phone, I just had time to get up, grab some tissue, wipe my face, and my phone rang. And Christy called. And she said, "Miss Snyder, Kevin just told me what happened." And she said, "This is what I'm going to do." She said, "I'm going to go ahead and just be honest with you. I know I cannot get you closed in 7 days because by law, uh, I forgot what it is, but it's going to take at least 7 days for whatever." And I said, "Okay." So then that's when I said, "Okay, well, I know they do offer at least 14 days extension. However, they do charge $200 a day, regardless if it's 14 days or 7 days. When you pay that $2,800, you don't get that back. Even if they just needed an extra day, you don't get that back. That's money lost." And she said, "This is what we're going to do. Being that you already was working with a loan officer, if I can get their information, I'll have them send over the file. That would help me out a lot, because pretty much all of the banks or whatever requires the same thing. Let me look over it." That lady worked her butt off. I mean, it's 11 o'clock at nighttime, which would have been 12 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock her time. She was calling, "Miss Nada, I can't find this. Can you send me this?" Baby, I can't even sleep. So I don't care what time you call. Let me know what you need. I got it. And long story short, ACU said and they did just what they said they would do. We closed on my loan in 8 days. 8 days. You can't tell me God ain't good. So when I tell you I go through these periods of fasting and I give up things to get things, to receive things, baby, I'm here to tell you, if God will do it for me, he'll do it for you. Because at the end of the day, he's the same God that he was on yesterday, that he is today. Okay? Let me just say that. So, the last 4 weeks, I've mentally reset. I've physically reset. But most importantly, I have spiritually reset. So even though this little situation that I got going on that is out of my control, right? It's out of my control. Like literally, I had to question God, like, God, why me? Why is this happening? When I do everything that I'm supposed to do, why is this happening? But then I had to go back to what God told me before. This battle is not mine. And normally when you're going through the storm, baby, when that sun starts to come back out, just know God got something bigger and better in store for you. Okay? So, I guess that's enough of preaching. But anywho, I'm back like I never left. I feel as though I find my niche on what I really want to focus on, and which is, pretty much still the same. Living in Houston, being a new mom, a new single mom in Houston, like literally picking up my kids, selling my house in South Carolina, moving here, not knowing anyone, not even having a job, just picking up and just moving. But I feel like my niche is really going to be to continue to turn my house into a home. We're going to do some home decor, my lifestyle, and just family. So with that being said, I want to show you guys one of my Amazon find. And I believe this came in a box of 4, and I purchased like 3 boxes. And what I did was place these lights under my kitchen cabinets. And I also placed it under my shelves in my living room. And I'm going to show you guys it. But I will say this by far has been like a mini upgrade to my home. I absolutely love the way it looks at nighttime, especially when we're just sitting down watching TV. And of course, the kids, if we're sitting down, the kids is always going to be back and forth in the pantry, the refrigerator. So instead of having the main lights on, these lights is bright enough that you do not even have to turn the kitchen light on to get to the pantry or whatever else the case may be. These lights is magnets. So what you'll do is you'll just pretty much peel this part off and you slide it. Once you put the back part on, you would just slide it. I don't really want to take this off because this is one of the lights that I'm not using. I haven't really found a place for it just yet, but I know I will. And this light also come with, I want to say it's a total of 5 settings. And you have like your yellow tone, blue tone, clear tone, and it dims. So you can have it like on a level 5, if I'm not mistaken, as far as brightness, and then it dims really down. So it just depends on the mood or your situation. But you can see right here, like how it's just changing. I'm not sure if you can see it, but nevertheless, like I said, this right here was an affordable find off of Amazon. I want to believe it was about $35 a box, and it also come with a cord where you just charge it. I will say I've been using this now for some time. I just never got to getting the video posted, but I will say that I probably charge these at least once a month. So all you do is just slide it back off the magnet, plug it up. Literally within 30 minutes, you have a full charge. So I'm currently using a good bit. I also have it under my kitchen island. So I'm going to post that video on how it actually looks. And yeah, this by far has been a mini upgrade to my living room and my kitchen area. So I think that's what we're going to be focusing on as well is Amazon find or whatever find that can add some type of upgrade to your home. I will be posting that video. But again, sorry, I just kind of went on for a minute, but I felt as though like you guys were deserving to just know where I was because I'm new here. You guys are a new subscriber, and I don't want to leave you guys out of anything. Like how we just subscribe to this girl page, and she's already MIA. But I'm back now, like I never left. So hey, Oh, and before I go, I forgot to tell you guys, it also comes with a remote. So each box is going to come with its own remote. However, once you have all of the lights charged, one remote will operate all of the lights. So that is a plus. So you're going to have some extra remote laying around. If I'm not mistaken, my remote did come with the um, AAA battery. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say they did, but either way, you will have some extra remote because again, you only need one remote to just operate all of the lights. But anywho, I'm going to turn off all of the lights and I'm going to show you guys how everything is actually looking. So today is today is February the 26th. Also, happy Black History Month. But um I'm back focused, so you guys can expect at least 2, maybe 3 videos a week. I don't want to push it, but I can at least promise you guys at least 2 videos a week. And also, I'm going to be taking you guys on some um I'm going to be taking you guys some places with me as far as, me going to get my nails done, me just having a self-care day. I will continue to take you guys with me when I'm going, when I'm doing some home decor shopping, so you guys can see, some of the prices, or see what some of the stores are offering, because most of the stores, they may not offer the exact thing. However, they do offer at least 50% of the same thing. So of course, if I find a good sale, I'm going to let you guys know what's going on. That way you can take the same opportunity that I would take into purchasing whatever is on sale, because like right now, a lot of the fall item is going on sale, or it's probably already on sale because they're getting ready for the springtime. So a lot of these things you can go purchase it now, so when fall comes you already have it, you know. So those are a few things that I'm going to be doing, as well as there's a few home upgrades that I'm still gonna be doing. I'm still waiting for the contractor to come back and change out the top of my kitchen cabinets. He's going to put some glass door there. I'm still going to be changing out my stairs rails. I'm going to add, I think every fourth rail I'm going to take out, and I'm going to add a different type of design. That's another project. I still have to add the woodwork where the staircase is going up my stairs. I do have one of those spiral staircase, so I'm going to add some sort of woodwork there. I've decided that I am going to add woodwork in my office, and I want to redo my office over. I'm not sure if I'm going to get new furniture just yet, because that's still durable, and not to mention with everything that is going on in the world, I think everybody need to cut back on spending. Like, if you don't have to spend, don't do it, because we just don't know who gonna have a job tomorrow. Because let's just be honest, since Trump in the chair, Trump ain't put that pin down yet. Some for good and some for bad. I don't get into politics with everybody, but I'm just saying. So a lot of the things, if I can reuse, recycle, or whatever, and just put from one room to the next room, that's what I'm going to do. My son did ask if we could put some different chairs in the movie theater room, and I think we will, just because we've been having a lot more family time. I am dating someone. He have already met my kids, so when he's over, we do, of course, spend a lot of time together. And him and my son is like, I guess I also have a lot to do with them being so tight, because both of them are Scorpios, so they kind of understand each other, and not to mention they kind of act like. Um, But I could say that this is by far the first, this is by far like, this is the first time my son ever had, a guy to take that much time out with him. So he's loving it. I'm loving it. And also for Christmas, I forgot to show, um, I didn't get into after Christmas, but I did purchase Story, a Pac-Man arcade game, and I purchased Zion one. So we also have two of those in the movie room. We do have a game room, but I feel like I don't really want to set it up so much as a game room because I mean, my son is only 13, my daughter's 5, and for the most part, everybody normally put like a pool table there. And this house that we rented out, it was a pool table. Like they changed the whole garage into a man cave, and it was a pool table, a bar, and we may have used that thing twice. So I feel like it could very well be a waste of time by doing that. My son is just more into gaming, and my guy friend, he likes gaming, so they normally just be in front of the TV gaming. So with that area that is technically supposed to be a game room, I think I'm going to continue to do what I wanted to do, which I already purchased two white swirl um, accent chairs. And I think now I'm just going to go ahead and purchase two more and make that my white room. At my last house, I had a black room, but I think I'm going to make that my white room, which would be more intimate, which I would call it like more of a conversation room. You know what I'm saying? Instead of when I'm having someone over here and we just sitting up, we sitting in the living room with the TV, we can just go right there in the game room that don't have a TV, that is just more like an intimate setting. So I think that's the route that I want to go. So of course I will take you guys on that journey with me as well. And I've been contemplating on adding either a fireplace in my bedroom, but I also, yeah, I love looking at model home, and even up to now I still go look at model homes. But I did go by and I saw this model home, and they had a fireplace in the bathroom, just like the fireplace back that over there, but it was a little smaller. So I'm thinking, do I want to add the fireplace in my room or should I put it in my bathroom? Because I do have one of those large um, soak tubs. Um, and I'm thinking that's what I want to do, but I'm not sure just yet because one of the biggest project that I really wanted to do for my 1 year anniversary. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, you guys, March the 4th will be 1 year since we've been here in Houston. 1 year. And again, it has by far been the best decision ever. But I was hoping if these folks wasn't playing with my money, I wanted to give my kids a pool in the backyard for our 1 year anniversary. But because I have that situation going on, that's now put on hold. And that's all it is. It's just put on hold. But you best believe we're going to get that pool in the backyard. Only because, like, even though I do live by one of the largest lagoon, um, so we have, the beach access, we have the pool access in our community. I want to say we do have two private residence pool or whatever, but the pool area closes like 7 p.m. in the summertime, and it gets really hot here. So by the time we will want to go in the pool where it's much cooler, where it's not burning our skin, it's already closed. And when we do go, we only get about 15 minutes in. So that's why I'm like, no, we're just gonna go ahead and get our own pool in our backyard. The backyard isn't as big, but it's still a decent size. So I don't need no dog on um what super large pool. I don't need that. It's just for me and my kids so we can enjoy the water. Both of my kids absolutely enjoy going in the water. We are about to put story and swim lessons. So whenever we do get the pool, I'll feel safe because baby, I don't know how to swim. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like no water going over my knee. You know what I'm saying? I don't like water in my ears. I don't even know how to float. But Zion know how to swim. So Story need to know how to swim. So if something happened to me, baby, they can come and rescue their mama. Because, baby, I can tell you right now, it's going to take 2 of them to pick me up. I'm a big girl. I'm 5'9" right now, 195 pounds. Baby, it's going to take both of my kids. So let me go and put them kids right back in swim lessons. But anywho, whenever that project start, I will let you guys know. You guys can again come on a journey with that. And I think that's it. Oh, and I'm going to do my laundry room over. Because I need more shelves. So I want to do like my laundry room over. But last but not least, I'm getting my closet customized. Because it's a nice size closet, but the way it's set up, it ain't working. Like, I need some drawers. And I'm not a type of person who likes dressers and stuff in the room. I feel as though that take up a lot of space. Minus the nightstand, but in my closet, I feel as though if I go purchase some dressers, then that's going to take up too much space. So I'd rather just get everything built and customized so it looks more organized. And I'm kind of going after that luxury look. So yeah, so that's another project that I'm hoping to do really, really, really soon. But in the meantime, we're just going to stick with these little nice Amazon finds, just little things that can do some minor upgrade to your house without breaking the bank. And like I stated, we're starting with these. So anywho, let's go ahead and jump right into these likes. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Next video will not be me talking so much. It's just really going to be introducing myself. Let me get to the point because I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time. But I felt as though you guys needed to just kind of know, sort of what was going on in my life. But anywho, for the third time, let's go ahead and jump into this video so you guys can see my Amazon find. I will go ahead and link the link down below if you want it. And moving forward, anything that I do find, that's something that I will do. Again, I'm new to this platform, so I'm still learning. So be patient with me. I'm still learning a lot of things. So that was one of the things that I was told, like, when you find something, link it below, help your subscribers find your product easy. So that's what we're going to do. But until next time, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. I wish you nothing but love, peace, and blessing. Well, what just happened out there? Hey guys, let me give you a quick view of how my kitchen look at nighttime. Excuse that light in the hallway. That's by Sky's water bowl. But this is how the kitchen will look at nighttime with the TV off, everything off besides the fireplace. And this is how it will look with the lights that I told you guys about. So this is how my living room look. I'm contemplating if I want to add 2 more lights under the second shelf, but then I feel as though that may be too bright. So I'm not sure. Tell me what you guys think in reference to that. Should I just keep it the way it is? Or should I add the second lights? As I stated, you do have control in reference to how bright you want the lights. And that light setting right there is more of that clear tone. So I absolutely like it like that, being that the wall is like I don't know, it's more like a pearl wall. And with me having the black decor, to me, it just kind of show up a little bit more. So again, that's just 2 lights in my living room. And my living room is pretty big. I don't know how it really looks on camera, but it's pretty big, but it literally lights up the whole room. And again, this is, oops, turn one off. But this is how it looks once I start turning it on in the kitchen. And remember, I tell you guys that you only need one remote. That one remote is going to operate all of the lights. And this is how the kitchen looks at nighttime when I have the lights on. So you can see over there by the breakfast bar, that's a light. I have 2 lights under the kitchen island, and then I have 2 lights under the kitchen cabinets. And the one under the kitchen cabinets, I do have that more like on a dim light. So again, you can increase it. Lord, I can't see what I'm doing because the lights is off. There you go. You can increase it as well as you can make it. I don't know if you guys can see that, how the light literally was just changing colors. So I do believe it's about 5 different settings like I stated earlier. But you can see how bright the kitchen is. So whenever you guys, you and your family is just laying around on a couch at nighttime, you don't have to turn on no man light, because to me, this is by far a lot of lights. This is enough of lights, especially if you want to grab something out the refrigerator. If you're in the middle of watching a movie, just go by. Me and my kids can just go to the breakfast bar, open up whatever we need to open up, and pretty much that's it. So yeah, I think for about $35, this was, a nice upgrade to my living room and to my kitchen. So again, here's just a quick view of how that looks. Also tell me if you guys think I should add another light under the first shelf right here in the kitchen. Tell me what you guys think. But again, this is the living room, and I'm just backing up so that you guys can kind of get more of an insight on how bright those lights are. So like I said, if you like it, I will have the link listed to the bottom. And again, you can also use these lights under your stairs. You can use it pretty much wherever, behind your TV. It can look like, LED lights or whatever the case may be. So you have a few different places where you can place these lights. It's lightweight. And yeah, I think by far, like I stated, it was the best $35. I want to say it was $35, but it was, the best $35 that was spent. So give you one last view of my kitchen. Sorry guys, that was Zion who just came in, him and Sky. But that's one view. So tell me what you guys think. I hope you enjoy this video. Like I stated earlier, wish you guys nothing but love, peace, and blessings.